So on to the next award, and I'm pleased to say that we do have this person in the room today, and I'm absolutely delighted that Alain got the award and the recognition. I love Alain, and it's about time we had a game of golf. So Alain, please come up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Please have a seat. So, this is a part where we do a bit of This Is Your Life. The award is for outstanding contribution, but in some respects it's about the person behind it and how you've been able to lead the business in Africa. But it was interesting when we spoke, and I don't know how many people know this, but you're not necessarily originally from the hospitality industry. So tell us a little bit about your journey to the industry.
Yes, indeed. You know, I started in the industry not a long time ago, maybe 12 years ago. Before I worked for McDonald's, you know, the hamburger, you know, which has nothing to do with the hospitality, and I was the country manager, you know, the managing director for McDonald's. You know, I was in France, and then I moved to Italy, and then in Greece. And then when I was in Greece, you know, at that time McDonald's wanted to develop, you know, all over the world, and the mission was to develop in Africa. At that time, McDonald's, you know, the mission statement was very simple. It was things like, we're going to feed the world with burgers. That was the vision of McDonald's at that time. And so they develop everywhere in Europe, in Asia, you know, in Latin America, and the only continent, the only place not developed was Africa, except at the time we had was Morocco, Egypt, and South Africa. That was the only country in Africa, and I was a candidate, and I was selected. I was supposed to develop Africa, and I was very pleased. I hired my replacement in Greece and preparing. Change the
don't know. Keep going.
I keep going and preparing my. I take this one. Yeah, and I was. Hop là, c'est bon. And I was so excited, you know, to look after Africa, and of course, you know, I'm French, and I was going to start on the French-speaking countries in Africa. And even before I left Greece, I was preparing my work to Africa and looking where I was going to put the office. You know, I was hesitating between Abidjan or Dakar. I didn't know. And 3 months before my leave from Greece, I said, no, listen, we're not going to develop Africa. Situation is different. That was at that time was the very first time in the history of McDonald's when they published, you know, negative, you know, quarter figures. Okay, so what I'm going to do? Come to Chicago, we'll see, but then I'll tell you the story after. So the work, you know, the mission for Africa was not at that time. So some years later, one of my guy, you know, he was the CEO of Louvre Hotel. He used to work for me at McDonald's.
Well, this is the link, right?
Pierre Frédéric, and Pierre Frédéric said, "Okay, come and join us, you know, in the hotel, in the hospitality." Say, Pierre, I don't know the hotel business. Say, don't worry, so do I. And so I joined the group. I was in charge of the international business for Louvre Hotel, looking at all the market except Europe, and then after that, I was looking at the potential, the opportunities of Africa. I said, Pierre, we need to do something. We need to have a structure, different structure for Africa. I said, yes, absolutely. Why don't you take it? And that's why I ended up, you know, to create this joint venture, you know, organization with Louvre Hotel for Africa.
But that's where, like, this sort of love of Africa, the McDonald's thing, and then you took a big risk there, and to joint venture. So what was your initial sort of drivers with the hotel industry then to say, right, okay, I've made this commitment? What was your sort of ambition at that point?
It was not an ambition, it was a passion. I was passionate for Africa. Okay, I'm kind of African because I'm born in Morocco. But I was passionate of Africa always. I don't know why. Passionate of discovering, those country, the culture. The big difference with our culture in Europe, but very interesting to all the opportunities, on developing Africa. And I think that, even if I'm born in Africa, but as a European, we have a responsibility to come and to work and to help, the people in this continent. So I was passionate of Africa, and I'm going to tell you one thing, that when you send me, this email and tell me, Alain, that you will receive this outstanding award, and it took me a couple of days to respond to you, and I asked myself, why do I get it? Why do I get an award? What did I do? And then I realized, yeah, okay, I travel everywhere, I met many people, yeah, I've done that. I say, but it's not only me, it's with the team. And my passion, I think that my passion, was transferred to my team, and my team, support me. I'm thinking about Rose, Stéphane, and I don't want to mention, we have team everywhere in Africa. We have people in Kenya, people in Beijing, in Benin, people in Addis Ababa, and that was not just me; it was also with the team.
Yeah.
And so is a passion. My response is on that.
So where are you today? Where have you got up to in this journey in Africa? What have you done?
Last week we were in Zanzibar. And with the team, we celebrate the 10 years anniversary.
Congratulations.
We had a big event, and we had the vice president of Zanzibar, and we have 3 ministers, in that event. Zanzibar is a small place, so easy to get, all the officials. And it was very interesting, and I was very proud when I hear the vice president talking about Golden Tulip. I said that if I had a marketing manager talking about Golden Tulip, it would not have been so pushing the brand like this vice president. So, but very proud. I'll give you an example. I see the time running, but I remember when we opened Benin in Cotonou. At the beginning, we hired people, and we had people in the hotel. They even didn't know how to talk to the customers. They didn't know how to hold, a plate, how to serve. And many years after, so we spent a lot of time, hours, in training the people, because we believe in that. And I see many years after, actually, and when I look at the hotel, the success of the hotel, and even this hotel drives us other business, and we have 3 new projects to come in Benin. And then when you look at that, I say, I don't need someone to be on my shoulder to say, yeah, you've done a great job. But I look at that, this is great. This is a great accomplishment.
There's the passion.
Yeah.
And so, because we have 30 seconds left, and it's the question I asked you when we've had a chat, where does this all end? What's the end goal for you?
The what? The
end goal for you?
There's no end goal. I don't know when I'm going to, over 70, when I'm going to stop, I don't know. Okay, my passion is still for Africa. I don't know. I cannot stay, in Paris and waiting to come to the market and be in the market, be in the field. My life is in the countries.
Yeah.
It's interesting because when you go to one country, to East Africa, it's a different culture to the West Africa.
Yeah.
Over there, it's a different culture. So it's a discovery every day.
Well, we could talk all day,
Yes,
and I just want to say that the energy and the passion that Alain shows for not just the industry but this event has and is absolutely outstanding, and the sort of ability to just pick yourself up and go places and do things it is absolutely wonderful. So I cannot think of a better person to have won this year's outstanding contribution.
Thank you.
It's an absolute delight to have you here, and thank you so much for accepting it. Alain Sebah, the AHIF Outstanding Award.